Man, you know you hate your life when you can't wait for aliens to come down and abduct you and you up here getting excited about getting probed and whatnot. Man, this boy Elio got problems. Welcome to the Nonsense Nexus. I'm X, sitting this one out. So we're going to do a rapid flicks and giggles. Got a few thoughts I want to share about Elio, talking about Pixar's latest installment in their ongoing universe, I guess you could call it, depending on what conspiracy theories you want to get into. I have a few things to say about this movie, things I really want to kind of express and just point out. So let's do this one pretty quick. Let's really get into it. Elio. All right, so real quick, it's just a story of little kid, standard Disney tragedy. This kid's on family number 2, basically. Lost his parents. Don't think that's much of a spoiler because it's a Disney Pixar movie, so of course there's going to be some deep tragedy based somewhere for somebody. And that's one of the major struggles I think this movie is kind of touching on. It's definitely a big family movie about family and aimed for families. He's obsessed with life outside of Earth. He's really into aliens, and he'd rather be abducted than stay home on Earth. He does not feel connected to Earth. He doesn't even have much of an interest in Earth. He has developed a strong and almost obsessive compulsion to be abducted by aliens and contact aliens. And if you've seen any one of the trailers, which this movie's not heavily promoted or marketed, I've noticed, he gets his wish and gets caught up in some intergalactic politics, has to save the day, uses his wits a little bit, learns the punishment of lying. There's a couple life lessons in here, really, but it mostly boils down to, I think, two things. A misplaced feeling child finding finding where he belongs and understanding where he belongs and what, his life should be connected to. And then on the other side of it, which I didn't expect, you have a father-son thing again. Another movie really dragging that out. I don't want to say dragging that out, bringing that up. Bringing up another father-son dynamic where you've got a father that's doing his job and doing what he's been built to do and tradition demands him to do and his position requires him to do, and not necessarily hearing what his son, or in his case an heir, wants or is really interested in. So the whole course of the movie is going to make that one a better father and help Elio find where he belongs and understand what he should be attached to. A quick look at some of the history of this movie, and I don't mean like there's not like part 1 or part 2. This is a completely original story. One of the things Pixar used to be exceptional at doing is pulling out a brand new story, a Toy Story 1, a WALL-E, Incredibles 1, a Brave. Wait, yeah, she's Pixar, right? I don't remember anymore. It's getting hard to tell. But this isn't building on a part 1 or part 2. This is just a new thing. And I honestly think it's a good story to tell. And it does something I really like regarding like character choices and how they're represented and displayed. So I'm okay with a lot of things in it. Performance-wise, no one did a terrible job to me, but I'm very lenient when it comes to voice acting. Most of that falls on the animators. And they don't mess up with animation over at Pixar. It's still smooth as caramel. Like, they know what they're doing. There's no ifs, ands, or buts going on with that. At the same time, nothing stood out. Nothing really ensnares me and said, oh, this is absolute stunning. This is magic. This is absolute cinema. It's not a thing I'm going to say. I don't think anyone's going to say watching this. That doesn't mean it's bad. It means, this is the weirdest way to say this, it's so run-of-the-mill Pixar at this point, which used to be high praise. They're talking about a group that used to put out banger after banger after banger, and this one doesn't feel like it's banging, but I couldn't tell you why. There's nothing particularly wrong with it. So besides kid wanting to get abducted by aliens and getting excited about being probed, which is, every shade of disturbing there is, he's taken care of by his aunt, and his aunt and him are struggling. Like, obviously grief, they've both lost someone important to them. I don't think he spends enough time thinking about, while he lost a mother and father, his aunt lost a brother or sister and a brother or sister-in-law. So it's not like she's not coming off of an L also. I don't think he worries about that. He's a kid. He's not required to. or they just don't act like that way. But I do like how Elio and Aunt Olga could be anyone. A lot of times, especially modern days, you're worried about, or I should say, too much conversation is spent talking about what ethnicity you cast a character for, or what should have been cast, or did you swap this one over or change this one over. I like how this movie's done, where Elio could literally be Hindu, Japanese, Black, Puerto Rican, Peruvian, doesn't matter. It's just, it truthfully doesn't matter here. He is an everyman. Anybody who's ever felt like they don't belong somewhere and struggle with their home life and feeling connected to it, that is Elio. You're him. He's you. He's that. And anyone's had trouble relating to or reaching a child, you are Aunt Olga. Aunt Olga is you. It's so relatable in those two characters, and I don't like movies that use a character's ethnic identity to try and like keep it from being that relatable. But I understand how you want to tell some stories require that as an element of the context of the character, and it's part of what's going on. I'm happy this one being a very general audiences, everyone universally can appreciate it movie, and it doesn't need to jam racial or ethnic politics down your throat. I'm only bringing that up because Disney seems to be mired in that a lot lately, and I'm glad Pixar said no. It puts me in the mindset of movies we got, like in the like movies from the 80s, early 90s, maybe some of them. Kids on Adventures movies. I readily think of Goonies, but that one's more pirates and buried treasure. Put the mindset more on like Flight of the Navigator. That one feels more like Elio, where they're fantastic and there's stakes and there's danger, and it's really just, when I was a kid, that was just really cool. I thought that weird ship was super awesome looking, and it was a low bar for CGI when I was that young. But yeah, it's got that kind of energy to it, so I like that a lot. And while I do think their performances were solid, like nothing really to stand out, good or bad, I do think it is helped by it being, it's short. Like I said at the start, it's very short. It's only roughly 90 minutes, like, which used to be a full-length movie a long time ago, and that's great. If my nephew's any gauge, kids really do have a finite amount of attention span, and you gotta give it to them quick and get out, because they're gonna drift and then start turning into little monsters, and I don't want that in the theater, and I don't think you want that at home. So this is a good time length. I feel it would have been hurt if it were longer. Anything else added to this movie might have spent too long in any given aspect of it and weakened the movie overall, since it wasn't like outlandishly terrible, but it also wasn't outlandishly good. I don't think it overstayed its welcome, and I think it came in, did the assignment, and rolled on up out. Like, hey, I did it. Boom, we're good to go. Let's see. The movie basically works in two parts. Part one is Elio just clamoring for alien abduction up to the point where he gets abducted and makes like his new friend, Glorden, No Eyes Caterpillar Kid, who was also rather estranged from his father and is missing his mother also. So they have some things in common. They don't really feel like they belong with where they're supposed to be. So this makes them readily turn into best friends, and almost instantly just the pure satisfaction Elio's been hunting for. And that's part one. Really just him showing how far away from Earth he wants to get, and honestly showing him finding exactly what he wants. A best friend among the stars that's not human. Part two is the bad guy really showing up, and it's kind of more his story at that point, because the bad guy is Glorden's father, and that is a spacefaring race that wants to join this galactic United Nations type thing, and he's not a fit for this. The galactic type nation is the multinational galactic thing. I forgot what it's called right now. They're very, very sciencey, very, very education, very, very pacifist, not ones for having backbone. Glorden's father is all kinds of backbone warfaring race, will literally burn a planet down to prove a point type. The second half is more about that father and his relationship with his son. I think that's more the central piece of that. And of course, Elio's got to be our hero and resolve this pretty big conflict that's just way too much to put on the weight of a little boy. But he's posing as leader of Earth, so I mean, he wanted to wear the cape. You got the duties, bro. Handle that. Now, considering the movie was supposed to come out, I think, a year ago, writer's strike, actors' strikes, they made some significant changes. If you look at a current trailer and then the original first look type trailers for it, there are some differences. And I don't normally lord over trailers too much, but you can see a few things if you watch the original trailers and old style trailers right after you watch the movie and it's fresh in your head. You can see some differences. I found out they made some serious cuts, and I don't want to say reshoots, but cut parts out, changed this. I think they had a director or two change and some writing adjustments in the production of this movie. So it sounds like when you go through that and it's anything else from the House of Mouse, expect to see a mess. This is not a mess. It is not terrible. It is not good. It is unfortunately forgettable. As you've already heard me say, I have forgotten this, and this about it. It wasn't bad. It's just forgettable. I liken it to a green flavored jelly bean. I eat them. They're in the bag. I don't ever request green jelly beans. I don't even like jelly beans that much. But if they're in there, I guess I'll eat it. It's fine. It's not one of the red ones that I would prefer. It's not a purple one that I would prefer. But cool, I guess. You're not getting picked out and thrown away. But you're never going to see me request it. Should this one be watched in a theater? I honestly don't think it gains too much from the big screen. And particularly with family movies, I don't want to beat this point to death, but 3D, Dolby Atmos, I don't think it's in IMAX, but the problem with these formats is if you have a nuclear family unit and you leave the dog at home and you take 2 kids and 2 parents to go see this movie and take these kids to see this, you're looking at what? For Atmos, for 3D, you're looking at $20 a ticket, $15, $20 a ticket. Man, it's $80 to go see this. That's Mario Kart World. Nah, that's not, no. This movie's not worth $80. I don't think children's movies and Pixar movies, like in general, should be in premium formats just for that reason. I don't think they should do it. It's not worth $80. It's not worth $150 to buy somebody some Skittles, some Sour Patch Kids, and a drink. Like, it's not worth that in theaters. This will be on Disney Plus in 25 minutes. Watch it there. Sounds like I don't like it. I didn't hate it. I can't say that enough, but I cannot say this is worth spending $80 to $100 to take the family to go see it. I really can't say that. It was fine. It was strong. Its emotional parts were strong. It hit where it needed to hit. It did the assignment. It checked the boxes, but it wasn't outstanding. And box office numbers are reflecting that. One of the benefits of doing your review late, you can look at where numbers are. I'm not going to quote the numbers, but it is not lighting any. There's not a barn burner. It's not fireworks in the sky or nothing. But it's not bad. It's just not worth taking the kids to go see in theaters. Pop some popcorn at home, dim the lights, put a little projector on the ceiling and shoot some stars and constellations on the ceiling and watch this bad boy on Disney Plus if you're still tolerating Disney Plus's nonsense. That's all I got to say about it. Thank you for tuning in. Like I said, argue with me in the comments. Tell me how you feel about it, and give a like if this was helpful. Appreciate you. Deuces.